Hey guys, Muncheez here, and today in this video we're going to go over some quick tips for ClownGate 1. I'll go over some things real quick to kind of, help you make the run go a little bit smoother, and you'll have less issues and you'll get more comfortable along the way as long as you practice these things. I'll also go over the major mechanics little by little, and I'll briefly go over them. I won't get too in detail of them, but yeah, here we go. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this red meter gauge. So this is your Mayhem gauge, okay? So once it gets to about 50%, it'll hit that white bar in the middle of it. And once it hits there, anything that hits you from then on, you'll get a poop on your feet, which will make a red AoE circle around you. So if you're standing near your allies, you will also build your allies' Mayhem meter, and you will also have an explosion that goes in 4 directions depending on which way your character is facing. So as you can see here, my scouter in my party right now, he has really high meter. So if he gets hit by something, like say this red ring, he's about to get hit by. So once he gets hit, he gains the debuff to where he gets those 4 explosions that I was talking about. So these will explode in a direction that your character is facing. So you can aim it away from your party. So you do not want to be spinning around in circles or moving around like crazy near your party while you have this debuff. Because if you hit them, then if someone else has meter that's almost halfway at like mine, then as you can see here, what ends up happening is I go back in to fight the boss, and it blows up into the party, and I end up getting the Mayhem debuff where it gives me the poop around my feet, and I have the 4. A good general rule that I follow usually when this happens to me, or like if I get hit too much, I just get away from the boss, because generally there might be melee or someone or people that are fighting around the boss. So I tend to just get as far away as possible. So around 130 bars of health, he'll go into his first mech, which is the reflex stagger. A really safe spot to stand is at his sides. So he'll either pick 2 shields or 1 shield in front of him. So if you always want to be safe, just so you can just start staggering right away, it's always safe just to stand at his sides, so you don't have to worry about reflecting damage onto yourself. So the second mechanic after that is the lights out mechanic, where you have to find the real clown. So the lights will go out, and you go to your 3x plus 1 position. So if you don't know these terms, familiarize yourself with them. They are just referred to as clock positions. I'll leave a note here and kind of explain how they work. But I am party number 4, so 3x plus 1 for 4 is 1 o'clock. So I am at 1 o'clock, and for this mechanic, you basically go to your spot and you find the heart, and if your spot has a heart, you ping it. So there will be one Saydon that's different than all the others. As you can see, the bottom right was the one that was pinged. It's the 1 heart that we have. You can also get 3 hearts and 1 empty one, so you would look at the empty one. You look at the one that's different in normal mode. So in around 85 bars of health, I believe, he'll do the Simon Says emote. So the orders are going to be always the same, so you match with the card on your head, and it'll always be spades, heart, clubs, diamond. So when he does this, when he turns around, you don't want to copy him, so you do anything but the thing he's doing. And then when he turns around and he faces you, you can just mimic him and you'll be safe. So you'll just pick the same thing. So like as you can see, he does praise the sun and you praise the sun back, and you're safe from the mechanic. So generally you have your Esther meter up for this, but my group decided to use it beforehand. So he'll do his second reflex stagger at around 80 bars of health. So you can use Way to guarantee that you get this. Usually that's what higher item level groups do. And if you have good damage, it's perfectly okay to do. You can just use Way and get the stagger out of the way, and you don't have to worry about it. Or you can use Nineveh, and also after you break the shield, you can also Nineveh him immediately after for extra boost of damage if you need it. So after this, around 60 bars of health, he'll do the roulette mechanic. So on the roulette mechanic, what ends up happening is he'll drop the curtains, you'll go onto this giant wheel, your card will change. So you'll go into this mechanic with a certain card over your head. In this one, like I was a spade, and then now I'm a striped heart. So it changes every time the wheel goes off. As you can see, 1 goes off, and then it changes the shape above my head. And now I am a striped spade. So I find the striped spade, And then on the third one, once the wheel stops, you can actually hit him a little bit, so you can build meter if you need it. And as soon as it explodes, you get out on the third one, and that's the mechanic for that one. And the last thing he'll do is he'll drop to 30 bars of health, and at 30 bars of health, if you don't kill him already, he'll do another lights out, where you have to do the 3x+1 and find the odd one out again. So when this happens, you just do the mechanic, and when he comes back up, you should be able to kill him. And if your damage is a little slow in your group, you'll end up getting what's called a dice mechanic. I'll try my best to draw it out here as best as I can, because we didn't get it, so I can't really show footage of it, and it's kind of hard for me to get footage with only one character on Jumpstart. So excuse my drawings, but this is the best I got for you guys. So what he'll do for the dice mechanic is he'll drop like this dreidel looking die in front of him, and you will have to kind of go south of him, so you want to go as far down as you can from him. And generally what people do is BBRR, which means black, black, red, red. So the 2 black colored cards will stand on the left side, and the 2 red colored cards will stand on the right side. And you don't want to stand in line with the boss, because he's going to shoot cards out. So you're going to want to stand kind of in line, just like this. It doesn't have to be spade, club, heart, diamond. It just has to be club and spades on the left, and then heart and diamonds on the right side. And just kind of stand in line like this, just how it is on the screen. And you just don't want to be in line with him, because he'll shoot cards out, and if you're blocking someone else, you're making the person, there's going to be either one person kiting the cards towards the group, or there's going to be 3 people that have to grab the associated card with the shape above their head. But the whole goal with this mechanic is to match the cards that he's shooting out with the card that is over the player's heads. Now for some basic attack patterns that he always tends to do, and he's quite fond of, is like this cross. So he'll track one person with this cross, and it'll rotate with you if you move around the boss. So what you want to do is stand still for the time being, and as it's about to finish, you can spacebar out or use a movement ability to get out at the last second. Another move he likes to do is he'll pull out a red or yellow bomb. As you can see here, this one's a red bomb, and I have a bunch of effects going off right now, but as soon as it's over, you'll be able to see it. So as you can see, it's a red bomb. If it's a red bomb, he'll shoot out an X from in front of him in the direction that he's facing. And if it's a yellow bomb, he'll shoot out a plus sign from the direction he's facing. Now, after he spins backwards and he shoots his plus or his X, he'll jump into the air and he'll drop an AoE on the ground, a yellow circle. So as soon as he lands, what you're going to want to do is either spacebar in or use a movement ability to get in, because it's going to explode outwards twice, so you can avoid the damage this way. And the last one of the attack patterns I'll go over is this one where he disappears and he'll start shooting pigeons. So what he'll do is he'll poof into thin air and he will reappear somewhere else on the map. So what you're going to want to do is find him as soon as he reappears. You can use your minimap as a reference if you want. But generally just keep an eye out for like this pink smoke and he'll reappear. So initially the safe spot is going to be behind him. So he'll shoot 3 waves of pigeons in front of him. And after the 3rd wave, you want to reposition yourself around him so you don't get hit by the pigeons coming back towards him. And there's some delayed pigeons in here as well, so you don't want to stand behind them or go back behind them after this immediately. But yeah, that's all the tips and advice I have for this gate. Stay tuned for Gate 2. I'll probably put one out for Gate 2 as well. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about this stuff, please let me know in the comments below. Or if there's any bosses you want to see in particular, let me know and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching. Hope this helps you guys. Bye.